Let's move on to George R.R. Martin. Some Game of Thrones spin-offs shelved at HBO. The author attributes the stall in some of the proposed offshoots to the flurry of changes at streamer HBO Max. There he is. Looks like me, doesn't he? I am George R.R. Martin. Complete with hat. The ongoing restructuring at Warner Brothers Discovery may be affecting one of its most valuable franchises. Let's have another drink. Time is it? 15 minutes to go, or thereabouts. Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin says a couple of potential spin-offs of the mega hit are being shelved, though others remain in active development. Writing on his blog, Martin attributed the delays to all the changes at HBO Max. Well, that means he can get on finishing his book, can't he? Was it Winds of Winter or whatever it is? I've not read them. They're not for me. I've got them. I think the first 3 or 4 of them. I don't know how many's out. And I started the first one, Game of Thrones, the first one. I started reading it. I didn't like it. I'm not a big fantasy reader, to be honest. Martin wrote that he's working on several of the other Game of Thrones successor shows that we're developing with HBO. Some of those are moving faster than others, as is always the case with development. None have been greenlit yet. Are we still streaming, by the way? Yes, we are. None have been greenlit yet, though we are hoping maybe soon. A couple are being shelved, but I would not agree that they are dead. You can take something off the shelf as easily as you can put it on the shelf. All the changes at HBO Max have impacted us, certainly. Martin didn't identify which possible Game of Thrones spin-offs were affected, and HBO declined comment. Of the several projects in development, the only one is specifically targeted for HBO Max, as opposed to the HBO cable channel, where Game of Thrones and prequel House of the Dragon originate, had a trio of animated series, one of which would focus on the golden empire of GoT. Is it GoT or Yaita? I have no idea. Located on the continent of Essos, in Martin's sprawling fantasy world. Other Thrones offshoots in various stages of development include a sequel to the original centred on Jon Snow, with Kit Harington attached to reprise his role, 10,000 Ships, aka Nymeria, with showrunner Amanda Siegel, 9 Voyagers, a.k.a. The Sea Snake, with showrunner Bruno Heller, and Dunk and Egg, with showrunner Steve Conrad. They all sound great, don't they? There might be, I don't know. House of the Dragon, meanwhile, scored a quick renewal from HBO after it premiered in August. Production on Season 2 is expected to begin sometime in 2023. I should hope so. It should be underway now. Martin also noted in his blog post that he's still developing a wildcard series, blah, blah, don't care. And remains at work on The Winds of Winter, the 6th novel in his Song of Ice and Fire. He's been writing it for, 10 years? Well, I don't know. Just get on with it, man. Get on with it. If you're stuck, if you're out of ideas, if you can't write, if you've got a bit of writer's block, give it to somebody else. Have a ghostwriter. Give them your notes and let them do it. And then, obviously, have a read of it. And if it's okay, yes, give it the thumbs up. If it's not, say, change this. Delegate. Get the job done.